Hey, I'm Game Changer Coach Rob Riccobono, and today we're going to talk a little bit about post-workout nutrition. The question that people ask a lot is, what should I eat after a workout? And in the fitness community, in the lifting community, there has specifically been thought of as there being a post-workout window of opportunity in which a person should get in specific food in order to glean all the benefits of that workout. And more recently, I'd say within the last 10 or 15 years, especially in the bodybuilding community in particular, that's why this theory has kind of gotten very popular, was that there was a very short post-workout window of opportunity, something as short as a half hour. And that's why you'll see protein shakes become very popular, because that's a very quick source of protein that somebody could have almost immediately after workout, that they thought they needed right away to get all the benefits from their workout. They didn't want their training to go to waste, they thought they needed protein immediately. And what the recent research has shown is that this post-workout window of opportunity is actually a lot larger than we at first thought it to be. And the most recent research, which was actually a meta-analysis done within the past couple of years, shows that the window of opportunity is more like 5 to 6 hours. And a meta-analysis is actually an aggregate and a review of multiple studies, and these studies are looked over to see if they've been done properly, and because we're reviewing a large source of studies, it's actually very reliable information. And if anybody wants to read more specifically about that, I'll link that study down below. And the authors of the study came up with a number of about 5 to 6 hours as really the time needed to get that post-workout meal in. And let's take a look at how that 5 to 6 hours can actually be applied to you. So let's say you train at about 6:30 p.m. We can actually extend that window out 5 hours, partially before the workout and partially after. So that window, if we're going even on the short side of 5 hours, could start at 4:30 p.m. and end at 9:30 p.m. So as long as you're having a good source of protein within that time frame, then you should be good to go. Your bases should be covered. And the reason being why it even extends out before the workout is because it takes a while for your food to digest. So if you have a meal at 4:30 p.m., it's still digesting once you start working out, and it's still digesting even a little bit after you work out. So that can even serve as your post-workout meal. So if you get the meal in within that big time frame, then you should be good to go. And unless you're purposely fasting, it'll honestly be hard not to make it in that window of opportunity. Now, and what are we looking at within that meal? Well, let's look at protein. 1 to 2 servings, depending on your size, should be fine. 20 to 24 grams of protein we'll consider 1 serving. 40 to 48 grams we can consider to be 2 servings. General rule of thumb, let's say if you're over 200 pounds or over, make sure you get that 2 servings. Below 200 pounds, let's make sure it's at least 1 serving. And then we'll talk about carbohydrates. Are carbohydrates needed within this post-workout meal? And the reason why people put a big premium on carbohydrates in the post-workout meal is because our glycogen stores, which is just our stored carbohydrates, gets depleted from working out. So we wanted to replenish them very quickly, so we thought that we needed a lot of carbohydrates immediately after a workout, specifically in the form of fast-digesting carbohydrates, so that you can replenish them right away. And when it comes to resistance training, working out, lifting weights, like most people do, 45 minutes, an hour and a half a day, your glycogen stores are actually not depleted that much. The only kind of training that's really going to deplete your energy stores a lot is, let's say, 2+ hours of training, a very intense training. I'm talking like high-intensity intervals of 2+ hours of training. So unless that's you, then you really are in a great need to replenish those glycogen stores, because they're really not going to be depleted that much. And what we've also found is that even if you do deplete them a lot, within a period of 24 hours of just normal eating, whatever that is for you, your glycogen stores, your energy stores will be replenished. So unless you have a competition that is taking place in the day that requires multiple events, so multiple bouts of working out, or if you're working out the same muscle group twice in one day, then yeah, it'll benefit you to have some kind of fast-digesting carbohydrates, some kind of carbohydrates right after your workout so that you can replenish those energy stores. But if you're the normal average person who's training 45 minutes a day, an hour a day, even 90 minutes a day, and even if it's hard training, even if you're going at it the whole time with good intensity, lifting a good amount of weight, and even if you're doing it every day, there really is no need to force any carbohydrates in your system right after a workout. As long as you're waiting 24 hours before working the same muscle, then you're going to be good to go. And what we really need to keep in mind is that the most important thing is your total food intake for the day. So it's really going to be your total protein intake for the day that's going to make the biggest difference. It's going to be your total carbohydrate intake, your total calorie intake that's going to make the most difference as far as your performance, your body composition, and all the health benefits that you're going to gain. So yeah, we can call this a 5 to 6 hour window of opportunity, but even if you didn't eat within that time frame, you're really not going to miss out a whole lot of the benefits of your weight training. Are you going to get every single last benefit and maximize everything to the full potential? Probably not, but you're still going to get most of the benefits if you're eating a good amount throughout the whole entire 24-hour period and if you're training hard. So the point is there a post-workout window of opportunity? Yes, but it's actually a lot larger than we think, and its benefits are not as dire as one might have thought originally, and what's kind of been perpetuated throughout the fitness community. I'm Game Changer Coach Rob Riccobono, and we'll talk to you next time.